and welcome back to my knitting podcast, episode 2. Thank you for coming to see the things I've knit in the past few weeks. It's been a while since I filmed last, so there's a lot of things that I want to show you. I feel like I have a few works in progress going on at the moment, so my head feels a little bit scattered, but hopefully this will help clear the decks and sort of create a mental inventory and a physical inventory of what I've been knitting the last few weeks and what I have yet to work on at the moment. I am in a sunny Melbourne today, which is very rare in the middle of winter. It is warm inside now because we had the heater on, but it was a very cold morning as it has been the last few weeks, and now the sun's out. So nice. Hopefully it continues the rest of the afternoon. But anyway, for now I will try to show you some of the things that I've made, and yeah, hopefully it'll give you some ideas, and I just want to be able to share and have a record of the things I've made. I need to get better at like taking pictures and maybe even posting them on Instagram so they have more of a record, but for now I think this will do. So the first thing I want to show you is, I'm a little bit out of breath already. I'm still recovering from a cold, I think, but that's all right, we'll keep going. So these are the socks that I made from the yarn I showed, I think, in the last video. I had made a pair of socks myself, and these are a pair of toddler socks. And she doesn't really wear them as often, the hand knit socks. I don't know if they're uncomfortable for her, but I still enjoy making them, so I think I'll keep making them for her. They kind of sort of match. I like how there's the pink and blue stripes at the top and then a little pink toe at the bottom, which is nice. I did just a regular slip stitch heel, and yeah, this is just it feels very hardy, an affordable yarn from Spotlight Mode, I want to say, View Mode, something like that. I don't think they sell it anymore, but yeah, from the first sort of proper sock yarn I've bought, so it's a nice little reminder of those, and I think they look really nice. They're just so cute and little. She has fat feet, so these fit her very nicely, and yeah, pretty happy with those. These have already been in the wash and they look, I reckon, even better than when I first made them, so we'll see how long they last. Pretty sure they'll last till she outgrows them, so that's a good sign. Anyway, first finished object done. There's been lots of baby knitting, so many babies, something's in the air, and I want to make stuff for our own baby that we have expecting, but I also love making things for our friends. So this is the first version of the beanie I made. Pattern was by Purl Soho. I think it's the knit Layette set, and it comes with a cardigan and little socks, but they're made on double pointed needles, and I don't know how to do that. But it also has this little hat. I used this Bendigo Woollen Mills yarn. It's a fingering weight yarn, but I think it's like plumper than the one they had in the pattern, so it came out huge, really big. There's two sizes. This is the bigger size that I made, and it is way too big. Like I could give it to my toddler, but I don't think she'd like it. I mean, it's a little bit too thin to be of any use to anything more than a newborn, so I think I might frog it and make it into like booties or another cardigan or something like that. But I have used this same yarn. I'll have to pop up a picture for Dagmar shirt. So that is a pattern by Petite Knit, and I've made, I think, the size 3 to 4. But this one was the smaller size, which is about a size 6 to 9 month, I think. And it was really fun to work up, really cute. I love like the picot edging and like the big collar at the front. Like, it's just so cute. And I've already gifted that to a friend, so I'm happy that's gone to a new home. But anyway, this beanie, I will probably frog. There's still an end that I have woven in, but I think I can take it out pretty easily. But I did make a smaller version, and that has gone to another newborn little girl. And I made a pair of booties. I don't know if I have a picture of those, but I will make more of those booties, I think, soon anyway, because they're stinking adorable. Like, so cute. They look like mini Ugg boots. They're so cute. So yeah, that was this beanie. I also made these baby socks. And I feel like they'll stay on nicer because they're nice and high. Hopefully they're not too tight though. I can always roll them down, I guess. But this is a free pattern on Ravelry, the Pumpuuli socks, I believe. Little bit of cable going down, but I didn't need to use a cable needle. I just sort of, it was like a 1/1 cable, so you don't need a cable needle to do it. I did it on Magic Loop, and they were very quick to work up. This is the other one here. 2 little socks, 2 tiny little heels. Very cute. But I do like the look of the booties I made better, so I might do more booties and show you in another episode. But I think we'll hang on to these for our little baby. And yeah, that should be fun. And hopefully we don't lose them because they're so itty bitty and tiny. Made of the same yarn, the Bendigo Woollen Mills baby 100% merino fingering weight yarn. Lots of baby knitting. Move on to the last sort of toddler baby knitting. The jumper? Ribbed jumper, I think they call it. That I was working on last time, another free pattern on Ravelry. That is all done. This Bendigo Woollen Mills again yarn that I used, that I got from the op shop, must be thicker because it fits more like a 2-3-year-old size than the 12-month size. That was in the pattern, but free pattern, simple cable. I did a super stretchy, Jenny's surprisingly stretchy bind off. But yeah, now that I've showed you, we can put it into the rotation of jumpers that we can use. Lots of fun to do, a little bit of cabling at the front. Lots of relaxing mindless stockinette around the body. Weird sleeve lengths, but I mean I used most of the yarn. Maybe only 10 grams left. So I'm very happy with that. It was a good stash buster project. Started off with about 200 grams and got a whole jumper. I think that's pretty cool to use like a whole skein or hank or ball or something in, like, and have like a finished wearable garment, like not just an accessory, like a actual real life, I mean toddler sized, but still a full jumper out of one ball. Pretty cool, pretty cool. Okay, moving on. This was a present that I've yet to give. Vintage crochet coaster, I believe it's called. Another free pattern on Ravelry. Really good car knitting. Just sort of easy to follow. Not very complex. I don't know if you can see the shape. But I feel like it looks a little bit more like it's vintage, but it looks, it's called vintage, but it looks more modern, I feel like, than like a dowdy old sort of doily because of the geometric triangular shapes. Very simple, very easy, pretty much figured out what was going on, memorized it by the time I got to my 4th coaster. But I think it'd be a nice, like a little housewarming gift, or like a dinner host gift for someone, just to put their little mugs on. This is made from another op shop wool. Must be like a Peyton's, like the label looked very old. I'll have to dig it out somewhere. I think it might be in here actually. Yep, so this Peyton's Totem 100% wool. Pretty cool vintage label too, I think. Yeah, so moving on to, so that was those 4 coasters that I made. I made a bigger one too. That was with 3.5mm crochet hook, but I have made a bigger one. Yeah, so that was the coasters in a nice little ribbon that I can gift now to their recipient, intended recipient. Moving on to another red object. This is made out of just some acrylic DK yarn I got from Lincraft. And it's actually a little dog sweater. I don't know, I just really felt like I wanted to make something for my cousin's dog. So we made a dog sweater. Another free pattern on Ravelry. Love Ravelry. And I think the dog's head is like up here, if you could picture. Their little legs. It's a little Pomeranian dog, so very small, very sweet. Would probably be best in season now, but I don't know how I'm going to get it to them. So it might just be a Christmas present that they can put on as a novelty. But it would be quite warm, and it was fun learning about like a different construction for a dog as opposed to a human. And yeah, I think I knit it on like 4.5mm needles, just circular needles. At first glance the pattern looked confusing because I'd never done something like this before, but like as long as I sort of did it step by step, then it all worked out in the end, and it didn't take long. It took me like a weekend, maybe a couple of days to make. So I did enjoy doing that a lot. I would do it again if I was so inclined to, but right now I think I'm more into the baby knitting and sock knitting, as you will see soon. Alright, I think that was all for finished objects that I have to show you today. It's actually getting quite hot in here. I guess because the sun's come out and I've been talking and my glasses are fogging up a bit, but c'est la vie, as they say. So, works in progress. My first Colourwork sock. This is the one that's been done. There is one down here that is being completed. Ooh, and a bit tangled, but yeah, I've done the foot of the leg of the other one. Top down, the easy peasy socks on Ravelry. And I love them. I needed one repeat of the foot, so they're a bit small, so I think that I'm going to be gifting these to my mum. I'm using a Regia sock wool as the main colour, just like a natural beigey colour, and a Bendigo Woollen Mills sock yarn, I think in Dusky Skies, something similar to that, something skies. Pretty sure it's Dusky Skies. It's a contrast colour and it like changes, so it adds a bit more interest to the design. And I am enjoying learning how to colourwork. My gauge was very tight here and then it got very loose here, and we sort of figured out how to do colourwork by the end of it. I am using continental style knitting, so the yarn is held in my left hand, and the both strands are held over my fingers. And I'm very proud that I taught myself or learned how to do it from YouTube. Took a bit of adjusting to find what style would suit me best, but I think the continental gives me like the speed that I need to be able to finish things in a timely manner before I get bored of them, which is great. For the heel, I had to do one strand in my left hand and one strand in my right hand because I was purling Colourwork. But it was fun. It was really fun. I really liked it. Okay, we're back. I had to take a short break because it was heating up in here. The sun is very nice and warm. I was not expecting that for this cold winter's day. But yeah, I just needed to take a break, catch my breath, and now we can keep going. So, works in progress. There's this big one sitting in front of me, which is just 2 balls of this Bendigo Woollen Mills fingering weight 100% wool yarn. This is the Pescadero Waves blanket. It's just an 8-row repeat, which I've pretty much memorized by now. I've done this much, and I really hope I have enough wool to finish it. It was inspired by a blanket that I saw at Adairs, a baby blanket that I really liked in a very similar colour, very similar design, and I really wanted to make it. So for some reason I decided I wanted to make a full-size version, and hoping I have enough yarn. I'm holding this fingering weight double using 5mm needles, and I've already used 2 balls, so I'm on to my second set of 2 balls, so up to 4 balls. That's I don't know. I have another 3 balls. I don't know if it's going to be enough. Will I start again? Will I just make a baby blanket? Maybe I should make a thinner blanket. Maybe I should rip it out and make a thinner blanket. I don't know. I really like it though. I think it'll be really cozy, and maybe if I block it, it'll be bigger or longer. I calculated that that would be enough yarn, but now I don't know. Maybe I'll reevaluate once I finish these 2 balls. But I love it. I love the colour. I think it'll be so nice for our house and so cozy to snuggle into, and the design is just so cute, little waves. I don't know, I really love it. So yeah, there's one. This is probably going to take me a while. And maybe that's a good thing, because I might need to buy more yarn by the time it's over. But it's so pretty. It's so pretty. I love it. Anyway, that's one. That's a big project that will take me a while. Which, yeah, as I said, might be a good thing, because I'll probably have to buy more yarn, and that it's good to space out purchases, I think. And another sock I'm working on is this one. It's like What's in the Box. If anyone knows that TV show. Anyway, this is, I've already done a pair of socks with this for my toddler, and so I wanted to use up the rest in a sock for my grandma. And this, you might recognise, is the yarn from the socks I made for Ash in the last episode. I'm just going to use it for the contrast heel and toe. I think I'm nearly done. This is the first sock with the foot. It's just the straight stockinette leg. Just a very, I mean, it's not a short leg, but it's not a long leg either, because I just wanted to make sure I used up as much of this wool as I could. And I've learnt a lot already. Even though I've made socks before, I've never made one with like a contrast heel. So I had to change colour for the heel, which means I had more ends to weave in. And I tried to weave them in as I go using the Weave and Steven method, which you can look up on YouTube. And I've already learnt that I shouldn't do it a dark colour behind a light colour, because I don't know if you can see, but you can sort of see the green behind the yellow here, so I won't do that again. But it works when it's like the same colour. It works the best when it's the same colour behind the same colour. Slip stitch heel. For this one, I did here's a German twisted cast on, stretchy cast on. And I've done 48 stitches, knit 1 per 1 for the rib for 1 inch. Again, this is like a plumper yarn, so I would ordinarily probably do about 60-64 stitches for a sock this size, but because it's so thick, I only had to do 48. So I'm pretty sure for Ash's sock I did 52. But yeah, I think we're nearly done with the foot. Just just have to add the toe and then make another sock and we'll be done. So I'm excited to do this. I hope she likes them and I hope it keeps her feet warm, which is my intention. And yeah, I love how sunshiny, yellow and happy this yarn is that I dyed as well, and I would like to dye more yarn, but I should also keep knitting with the yarn I have first before I do that. But yeah, just a simple sock. First sock with contrast, heel and toes, and hopefully it will use up most of this yarn that I have, which I do like using up yarn that I have in my stash. And the last object, work in progress, which I've kind of stopped. Not sure if I'll keep going. This is a tea towel made with some organic cotton yarn from Lincraft, a free pattern from Purl Soho. It's like a hand towel, like a farm kitchen hand towel or something. I'll link it down below. And I mean, I like it, but I don't love it. So I don't know if I'll keep going. I've taken the needles off for another project already. But I am thinking of ripping it out and just doing something simpler, like a dish towel, something simple and small. Because to make a full hand towel, I'd have to keep going for a while, and I'm kind of sick of it, to be honest. I like how it looks, and it's one of those things where I want the finished product, but I don't want to knit it. So I might rip it out, but haven't decided yet. So here it is. And I don't know if you'll see it again, but we'll see. Haven't completely decided, and I have other things to work on at the moment, so I've been postponing figuring out what to do with that. But that is pretty much the end of the podcast. Thank you for listening. Thank you for spending this time for me. I hope you were able to do something relaxing at the same time. And I am excited to keep showing you the things that I've been making. It's actually like it's a real obsession right now, and I do tend to go through phases, but this one feels like it's sticking around, and I hope so, because I have a lot of yarn to work my way through at the moment, and it just calms me, you know. It's just so calming. It helps my body relax. It helps my mind focus on something, gives me a sense of achievement when I finish things, just helps keep my hands busy, just is a great thing, I think, all around. And I love making gifts for people, and I always have, so this is a very nice way of doing that. But yeah, thanks for joining episode 2, and I hope you have a great day, week, month. Until next time, I'll see you. Bye.